The Iowa caucuses kick off the election season. Los Angeles says farewell to the iconic 6th Street Bridge. And the homelessness battle in LA continues.
This is Valley View News.
Hello and welcome. I'm Daisy Lightfoot.
And I'm Jarvis Heron.
Ted Cruz has won the Iowa Republican caucus.
Iowa has sent notice that the Republican nominee and the next president of the United States will not be chosen by the media. But will be chosen by the most incredible, powerful force where all sovereignty resides in our nation, by we the people, the American people.
We finished second, and I want to tell you something. I'm just honored. I'm really honored. And I want to congratulate Ted, and I want to congratulate all of the incredible candidates, including Mike Huckabee, who's become a really good friend of mine. So congratulations to everybody. Congratulations.
For months, they told us we had no chance. For months, they told us because we offered too much optimism in a time of anger, we had no chance. For months, they told us because we didn't have the right endorsements or the right political connections, we had no chance. They told me that we had no chance because my hair wasn't gray enough and my boots were too high. They told me I needed to wait my turn, that I needed to wait in line.
Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton has won the Democratic Iowa caucus.
I am honored to stand in the long line of American reformers who make up our minds that the status quo is not good enough, that standing still is not an option, and that brings people together to find ways forward that will improve the lives of Americans. So as I stand here tonight, breathing a big sigh of relief, thank you, Iowa.
It looks like we are in a virtual tie. I think the people of Iowa have sent a very profound message to the political establishment, to the economic establishment, and, by the way, to the media establishment.
Countless restoration efforts were not enough to save one of LA's iconic bridges. Reporter Desiree Lopez has more on the demolition of the historic 6th Street Bridge.
A place where people used to be able to walk and drive can now only be admired from afar.
It's kind of bittersweet because like they can't save it. Like all these are going to be like, these all kind of look the same, all the bridges like up and down the river. And then that one's just going to be super modern, which is going to be kind of weird.
The longest of the Los Angeles River crossing structures, the 6th Street Viaduct was constructed in 1932 and has been a historic place for many famous movie scenes. The bridge that not only indicated the entrance to the 101 is now completely fenced up.
It's a shame that they have to demolish it, but let's hope everything is for the best, and let's hope that the project is beneficial to the community.
An artist's concept on what the bridge will look like when completed in 2019.
The iconic bridge is set to be demolished February 5th through February 7th. For more information on how you could find alternative routes during this time, visit 6thstreetviaduct.org. In Los Angeles, Desiree Lopez reporting for Valley View News.
Amtrak officials in Philadelphia are trying to determine what caused one of their trains to come to an abrupt halt last weekend and whether it's connected with an earlier accident. A projectile hit one of the train's windows last Sunday. Amtrak officials say no one was injured. But the incident occurred near the location of last year's derailment in which 8 people died and 200 were injured. Investigators are looking into whether the train in May was also hit by a projectile. Officials don't have a timetable on when the investigation will be complete.
The 2 remaining Santa Ana fugitives have been brought back to the Orange County Central Men's Jail. Hossein Nayiri and Jonathan Tu were spotted in a parking lot in San Francisco 9 days after their escape. Nayiri was apprehended after a short foot pursuit. Tu was found minutes later hiding inside a van. The third escapee, Bac Duong, turned himself in days before.
An industrial building in Glassell Park burned for about 2 hours early last Monday morning. Propane cylinders and flammable storage items fueled the large fire in the 3000 block of North Fierro Street. The fire sent thick smoke over the area. More than 130 firefighters battled the blaze. No injuries were reported and no homes were threatened. The cause is under investigation.
The city of Los Angeles is conducting a survey to find out exactly how many individuals are homeless. One area that has experienced a spike in the homeless population is San Pedro. Valley View News reporter Carlos Gonzalez has more on the story.
These children are playing just feet away from a giant problem that shadows the city of San Pedro and the entire city of Los Angeles: homelessness. This is just one of several full shopping carts, along with cardboard boxes made into homes about 50 feet from the children. Citizens in San Pedro are exposed to this every day, and they say they've almost become accustomed to it.
The problem is that we've had the homeless here for well over 50 years, if not 100 years.
As you drive down the street, you see them all over, sitting on the benches in front of 7-Eleven, sitting on the sidewalks. They're pretty much everywhere in the city.
The shivering and cold reality is that the solution to finding these troubled homeless a way off the streets seems like a tougher fight than originally expected. Since 2013, homelessness jumped 39% in the South Bay, along with a 12% increase countywide.
While majority of the people in San Pedro use Beacon Street as a running trail to exercise, it has become a popular destination for homeless individuals to set up tents like these behind me on sidewalks to spend the night.
Councilman Joe Buscaino discussed empowering police officers to arrest or cite those who choose to ignore the city's request. The San Pedro Homeless Task Force, put together last September, has been researching how to combat the problem. Co-chairman Ray Relagado believes people in the community should work in unison with authorities.
If we're able to make sure that law enforcement has the tools, has the support, and the ability to do what they are asked to do, then the community has their role to do, and their role is to go in there and help in the building of that community.
Although over 10,000 individuals were placed in permanent housing in 2014, there is still a lack of housing and landlords who will welcome any vouchers that are accessible to the homeless, as well as a shortage of help needed for mental health groups, making this a battle for the long road. In San Pedro, Carlos Gonzalez, Valley View News.
Porter Ranch residents have been affected by the Aliso Canyon gas leak for about 3 months, and more than 3,000 families have left the area for better air. Another 3,000 are trying to relocate. Small businesses in the community have lost up to 80% of their revenue in the past month. The gas company says the leak does not pose a threat to public safety, but has caused short-term health problems, including headaches, nausea, and nosebleeds. The company says the leak should be sealed sometime in February.
The Michigan Department of Environmental Quality has undertaken a plan to determine if Flint's water is safe. State officials say water samples from about 5,000 homes have been tested. The Department of Health and Human Services want to make sure residents with high blood lead levels get their water tested. Michigan Governor Rick Snyder has urged all residents to submit a free water test kit, which can be picked up and returned to Flint fire stations. Residents dealing with the lead contamination will be cleared to drink unfiltered water again, only when experts determine it is safe.
The World Health Organization has declared Zika an international emergency. Experts from the group are worried that the virus is spreading far and fast, with devastating consequences. The virus that is transmitted by mosquitoes is the source of deformity among newborns in Brazil. A Zika researcher in Brazil says these types of diseases in South America are not uncommon.
We don't know completely what is in these forests. We have not done enough. We can't say we know anything. Every other year, we come across new viruses.
Genetically engineered mosquitoes are among the leading weapons being tested to fight Zika. Widespread fumigation tactics are also being used to fight the infection that has affected 2,100 pregnant women in Brazil so far. There are currently no medications or vaccines to combat this illness.
Chipotle stock has surged after its E. coli outbreak appears to be over. Shares have risen nearly 15% from recent weeks. Chipotle stock dropped almost 30% after reports of the outbreak. The cause of the outbreak is still unknown, but it is most likely due to a common meal item.
Toymaker Mattel says Barbie will now be available in 3 different body shapes: petite, tall, and curvy. Barbie also will represent different skin tones, facial structures, eye colors, hairstyles, and hair colors. The 23 new dolls of the Barbie Fashionista line will be available in stores by October.
Coming up, find out who is retiring from the NFL and take a look at how the new Los Angeles Rams Stadium is changing the face of Inglewood.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Can't let him make a... Dude, you better not be illegally downloading movies again. I don't want a virus on my computer. Seriously.
Yes!
Got it.
They got it. What an idiot.
When you rip off copyrighted material, someone could be ripping you off.
Where's my money?
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing. I watch golf with him and
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills.
Check.
Driver's license.
Check.
And a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back. The Los Angeles Rams have not yet returned to Los Angeles after a 35-year absence, but their new stadium is already changing the face of Inglewood. Valley View News reporter Diana Jimenez has the story.
The Forum, former home of the Lakers, and Hollywood Park are symbols that make Inglewood the self-described city of champions. Now, a new $2 billion stadium is being constructed that will be home for the Los Angeles Rams. The stadium is set to be ready in 2019, but sports fans are already excited. Along with the stadium, there will be room for retailers and a hotel. Residents of Inglewood have mixed feelings about the construction of the stadium. There is going to be more money for the city of Inglewood, and hopefully it brings more jobs to its residents.
I think that it's good that we're going to have a stadium here in Inglewood. I just don't think that people are going to be able to afford the tickets because this is a very low-income city.
With the construction of the stadium, there are some inconveniences that the city is already facing. Part of a major street is closed and is causing more traffic than usual. Along with that, residents of Inglewood feel skeptical for the stadium's outcome. Some residents fear that they will be evicted from their homes because of the gentrification coming to Inglewood. Before the announcement of the stadium's construction, citizens of Inglewood were evicted from areas like this. The evictions took place over 10 years ago, and up to this day, nothing has been done to fill these dumps. Even though some people don't know what to expect, there is hope that the new stadium will benefit Inglewood as a city. In Inglewood, this is Diana Jimenez of Valley View News.
Now let's go to Anna with the latest in sports news.
Detroit Lions record-setting wide receiver Calvin Johnson has retired. Johnson was drafted second overall by the Lions in 2007. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, but he suffered from nagging ankle injuries and general body soreness that he says are too much to endure for another season. In 2012, Johnson broke Jerry Rice's record for single-season receiving yards. The Lions released a statement supporting Johnson's decision. The Clippers secured their 4th win in a row when they beat the Chicago Bulls 120-93. The team improved to 15-3 without Blake Griffin, who is out with a broken hand. J.J. Redick built the team's first double-digit lead in the 3rd quarter, scoring 3 right there. Jamal Crawford scored the first 8 points of the 4th, pushing the lead to 17. The guards weren't the only ones scoring. DeAndre Jordan scored 17 points and had 20 rebounds. The win gave the Clippers their best record ever in the month of January in franchise history. Marge Hearn, the widow of former Lakers broadcaster Chick Hearn, died last weekend of natural causes at the age of 98. Marge Hearn gave the acceptance speech for her husband when he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2003. In 2010, 8 years after Chick's death, Lakers coach Brian Scott joined Marge in the unveiling of the bronze statue of her husband outside Staples Center. Lakers president and co-owner Jeannie Buss regarded Hearn as the first lady of the Lakers. Hearn is survived by her granddaughter and great-granddaughter. The CSUN men's volleyball team faced some tough competition this past week. The Matadors lost to top-ranked UCLA Bruins just 5 days after losing to UC Santa Barbara. The team had a perfect 7-0 record before its losses. CSUN is currently ranked number 12 in the country in men's volleyball. That's all for sports. Let's go back to you, Jarvis.
Thanks, Anna. Cal State University Chancellor Timothy White announced plans to raise graduation success for low-income and minority students in the CSU system. Here's Javier Cabrera with more.
Cal State University Chancellor Timothy White stopped at Cal State Northridge on Friday for an open forum. The key point the chancellor made was eliminating graduation gaps throughout the CSU campuses.
We have graduation gaps in the system now, but some campuses do not. And we can't shoot to sort of have the gaps. We have to actually shoot to eliminate the achievement gaps.
Aside from the chancellor sharing his future goals for CSU, members from the California Faculty Association had a sit-in silent protest. The union has been seeking a 5% salary increase since last semester. Thus far, CSU administration has remained at its 2% raise offer.
Currently, there's strike planning and organizing happening on all 23 campuses, including CSUN. Because if we don't get a settlement, then we will go to strike later this semester.
Chancellor White says he thinks the two sides will make progress.
So I know it's tough. I mean, I acknowledge the difficulty.
Along with the open forum at CSUN, the chancellor also toured different departments as well as speaking to some CSUN students. Associated Students of CSUN President George Reyes says the students and the chancellor discussed many issues such as impaction and financial aid.
We also talked about how or what is the chancellor doing when it comes to state level advocacy and what we can do to help him.
Although Cal State University continues to find ways to improve, Chancellor White says participation between administration, faculty, and students is the starting point to seeing results. Now back to you in the studio.
2 Virginia Tech students were charged in the murder of a 13-year-old girl last week. The victim is identified as Nicole Lavelle of Blacksburg, Virginia. Her remains were found in North Carolina after being reported as missing last week. Local residents say they are in complete shock. 18-year-old Virginia Tech student David Eisenhower was charged with the murder. 19-year-old Natalie Keepers was charged with improper disposal of a dead body, an accessory to murder. Lavelle's mother says her daughter was a strong teen and recently got through a liver transplant.
Radical Islamist insurgents Boko Haram have reportedly burned children alive as part of an assault in Nigeria. At least 65 people are reported killed and 136 injured. The attack happened in Delori, where 2 nearby camps containing 25,000 people have now fled. Survivors say the gunmen trapped children inside huts and burned the entire village to the ground. Witnesses say they came in on motorbikes and buses. Boko Haram is responsible for overtaking large territories as well as recent attacks, including suicide, bombings, and kidnappings. ISIS says it will take over Western Africa.
UN peace talks on Syria began last week in Geneva. The major opposition groups and the representative of Bashar al-Assad's government participated in the sessions. Syria's main opposition group says it had positive negotiations with the UN Special Envoy, Staffan de Mistura.
The best way to actually discuss the implementation of such type of discussion and therefore of improvement is to be done here.
A suicide attack in Damascus last week killed 70. ISIS claimed responsibility. ISIS was not invited to the peace negotiations.
Coming up next, an El Nino storm batters Southern California.
And Greece's live musical on Fox scores high ratings.
Hey there, Mrs. Carter. You can earn over 10% on your money if you deposit your savings into our investment
lucky
program.
sweepstakes winner.
Mrs.
Just
Carter,
enter your contact information and your winnings will
Grandma,
be
it's me. Please help me. I'm stuck in Ohio and my wallet was stolen. Please send me some money so I can get home.
Millions of people, especially seniors, are targeted every day by an array of fraudulent scams through online technology. Please be aware.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
A tree struck a CSUN alumna while she was covering the weather in San Diego County last Monday morning. Reporter Marie Coronel, the former CSUN student, and photographer Mike Gold from ABC 10 News were injured while reporting for the morning newscast. Coronel was seriously injured. KGTV San Diego says she will require surgery. Coronel attended CSUN more than 10 years ago. Gold suffered a compound leg fracture.
El Nino hit Southern California last Sunday with heavy rains and winds up to 70 miles per hour. The campus was still feeling the effects Monday with strong but diminishing winds. The winds knocked down branches. Meanwhile, students layered up with coats and scarves. Although it was sunny, the highs for the past week were in the 50s. Next week, we can expect warmer temperatures in the mid-70s.
Now, here's Jamie Perez with more in entertainment news.
Grease Live on Fox brought electrifying reviews on social media despite difficulties. There were some technical glitches, and one cast member performed despite the death of her father. Some of the cast included Julianne Hough as Sandy, Aaron Tveit as Danny Zuko, and Vanessa Hudgens as Rizzo. Hudgens dedicated her performance to her father, who lost his battle to cancer the day before the broadcast. Fox's production follows the lead of NBC's, which over several years has featured live performances of The Sound of Music Live, The Wiz Live, and Peter Pan. The show drew more than 12 million viewers and a 7.4 overnight rating. The SAG Awards are being praised for their diversity by awarding multiple actors of color. Other award shows like the Oscars have been criticized for failing to have a wide range of nominees. Idris Elba won supporting actor in Beasts of No Nation, and Queen Latifah won for playing Bessie Smith in HBO's Bessie. When he accepted his award, Elba said, "Welcome to diverse TV." And Adele is requesting that Donald Trump stop using her music in his presidential campaign. Her songs like Skyfall and Rolling in the Deep have been a part of Trump's pre-rally playlist. An Adele spokesperson says Adele wants her fans to know that she's not given permission for her music to be used for any political campaigning. Other artists, such as Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, have previously asked Trump to stop using their music as well. That's all for entertainment. Let's go back to Daisy with more news. Thanks, Jamie. California State University Northridge is home to more than 40,000 students, but there is one person in particular that stands out. She's not a student or a professor, but is still on campus every day. Reporter Jamie Perez visited the University Student Union at CSUN with more on that story.
Thousands of students come through the University Student Union every day. It's also where 61-year-old Barbara Weinstein feels most comfortable. She comes to the Student Lounge in the Soul Center to rest and be around students.
I had been with other groups and it wasn't satisfying, especially being with seniors, because it wasn't challenging with my brain. They're stuck in the past.
Many students sit around her and tend to ignore her because they aren't quite sure who she is. But what many people don't know is that she was a victim of child abuse. She also lays here because she suffers from cerebral palsy and cannot walk very far. Despite her disability, she says she goes to the gym every day.
You can use it as an excuse not to go, but you're only hurting yourself, and you really have to have a really hard shell to be out in public. Public space is for the average person.
When Barbara's not at the gym or getting up to walk around campus, she rests here. The student assistants who occupy the front desk at the Soul Center say they don't mind her being there because she's friendly to everyone.
We enjoy her being here. We greet her every morning. She always says good morning. She always makes small talk, and it's really nice because when she can, she always brings us like little fruits and stuff like that, just to be nice. So we enjoy her.
She's free to do her own thing. She comes and she goes when we close. So she's just out here kind of enjoying this free space.
Even though a lot of students have wondered who the woman sleeping in the Soul Center is, everyone enjoys her presence as she adds friendly energy to the facility.
They give me the chance to forget about the pain I'm in, and be able to appreciate some of the things they like.
In Northridge, I'm Jamie Perez, Valley View News.
Goodbye, and thank you for watching Valley View News. I'm Daisy Lightfoot.
And I'm Jarvis Heron. We'll see you next time.